And welcome to another dose of virtual vitamin Z. This is DZS News for the week of May 16th, 2022. I'm your co-host, Stephen.
And I'm your co-host, Claire. As always, we'll get started with some Detroit Zoological Society updates. Stephen, what do we have this week?
Well, Claire, we wanted to start by just saying, how struck and upset all of the DZS staff and volunteers have been over the loss of the baby Joey last week. But there is some bright news, and that is that Linda, one of the Japanese macaques who lives at the Detroit Zoo, had her own baby, and we are also excited to celebrate this new birth.
Yeah, I was here on Mother's Day, which is the day that the baby snow monkey was born. And it was really neat to see Linda moving around the habitat that morning. I haven't been back out there as much as I should have been over the last course of the week, but everything indicates that she's being an excellent mother. And this is her first, so we're very excited for Linda. And she seems to be taking excellent care of that young one. So
definitely stop by and check it out. We'll be posting as much as we can on social media, but there's really nothing like seeing one of these babies in person.
I agree. All right, we have a whole bunch of upcoming events. Zoo Brew, which is one of our evening 21 plus events coming up on May 21st. Dinosauria, our new Reclaimed Creations exhibition, is opening on May 28th, as is the 4D Theater, as is the train. So a lot of things happening. Keep checking in on the website for any changes, any of those dates or events. And our very popular Senior Day is returning. We'll be celebrating our seniors in our community on June 1st. Again, for more details on all of those events, please visit DetroitZoo.org for any tickets that need to be purchased or other information about those.
Yeah, so lots going on as spring turns to summer, as the zoo starts to bring things back. So next up, we have our feature story. And our feature story is that this Friday, May 20th, is Endangered Species Day. And we are going to be celebrating. And I know it sounds kind of odd to think about celebrating Endangered Species Day, but the focus we're taking is to celebrate endangered species success stories, and then to use that momentum to recommit ourselves to saving even more endangered species. And so to get started, Claire, is there a success story of endangered species that really stands out to you?
I do happen to have a favorite. The story of the Partula snail, which is a story that's told through an exhibition up at the Wildlife Interpretive Gallery, which is currently closed to guests, but you can still check it out online. At one point, the Detroit Zoological Society had all 26 remaining snails of this population in the world here in our care, and we were successful in bringing them back from the brink of extinction, to the point that several years ago they were actually introduced back into their natural habitat in Tahiti. And they continue to be monitored, and we continue to raise more snails for the opportunity to continue reintroducing them to their native ecosystem. But that's, literally bringing a species back from the brink of extinction. So I think that's one of my favorites associated with the Detroit Zoo.
And I just love that as an example of how the actions we take, whether that is, protecting an assurance population, whether that's really emphasizing the important role of zoos and conservation, or whether that's us taking actions as individuals, we can save wildlife, we can protect endangered species, we can bring them from the brink of extinction to a point where they are thriving again as populations. And so this Endangered Species Day, we will have virtual posts, we will have an in-person celebration, just really recommitting ourselves, helping you identify ways that you can continue this positive story of us recognizing species who need our help and then doing what we have to help them.
I should say the Partula snails were also threatened into extinction because of human actions in introducing non-native species to their native habitat. And those non-native species stopped eating what they were supposed to and started eating the Partula snails instead. So oftentimes it's human actions that cause these catastrophes, but then it's always uplifting when interventions can take place.
Definitely.
All right, let's check out our virtual education program preview for the week. As always, we'll be starting you off on Monday morning with DZS News.
Next up, our Green Journey post on Tuesday is going to be about car washing, but how to do it sustainably.
On Wednesday, our Amplifying Voices series will feature the Red Panda Network.
Thursday, we will have a virtual habitat chat at Belle Isle Nature Center. And this one is going to focus on some of the bird nests that you can see on the island. And there's some incredible footage of a mother robin feeding one of her babies. And so definitely check that out on Thursday.
Well, that sounds amazing. And as always, Stephen, you wrap up the week for us on Friday, celebrating Endangered Species Days with how you can help save endangered species.
So that's all we have for this week. Thank you so much for joining us, and stay healthy, Detroit.